coming back to this landmark partnership. So it started off with chemistry, personal relationship between the two of you, but it couldn't have happened without the talented people that you have working for you. I mean, you are both family-led businesses. In the case of Ayala, Jaime, yourself, and your brother Fernando. In the case of Yoma Strategic, Melvin, the CEO, son of Serge. So your family businesses, family-led businesses, and yet you have the capacity to attract many talented people without whom this comprehensive partnership could not have been put together within the time that it got put together. So what is your approach as family-led businesses to the ability to attract and keep talent?
Well, from our point of view, a big transition took place, as I mentioned earlier, back in the early 70s, when we transferred and really changed from being a family partnership, which had been the structure that we have had for most of our economic history as an institution, to a limited liability public corporation. That was a big fundamental change. And we started to evolve and not see ourselves so much as a family company anymore, certainly family-led, since we still have a majority stake in the holding company, but really became a professionally run institution. We have 5 listed companies within the Ayala Group now, I think moving on to 6 publicly listed companies. And all our CEOs are professional managers, and Fernando and I provide leadership at the corporate level, and obviously at the governance level in each of these different subsidiaries. But first-class CEOs, any who could be a minister, I guess, in our country, have been leading these institutions for some time now. We've created a culture of peer mutuality and peer groups working hand in hand together to create value. My brother and I, Fernando and I, were trained as professionals as well. That's been our training throughout our life. And we evolved into owners and managers. But the culture within our group, I like to think, for many years now, Timothy, has been one of professionalism. And issues of family are kept separate completely. We have our own family council, and that has its own dynamic. It doesn't impinge in any way. That family grouping picks its leaders, in this case my brother and myself, to be represented at the board of Ayala. And Ayala has its own independent governance following global standards, and is seen as an independent publicly listed entity of which 2 family members happen to be involved. So this evolution has taken place over time. My brother and I are great believers in delegating authority and focusing on strong governance standards. Of course, we're quite involved in resource allocation issues and strategic intents, but to a certain extent, leadership is provided by first-class CEOs across our group. It'd be very hard to manage an institution as large as ourselves without that. So it's been a wonderful evolution. I like to think that the spirit that we have of camaraderie, professionalism, and a commitment to a furthering of the needs of the corporation are stronger than ever in our history, and it's an exciting time for us from that point of view.
Well, for me, it's slightly different because unlike Ayala, which is in the 7th generation of a family-led business, as a founder of a company, a corporation, I wasn't sure for a good part of my journey. I wasn't even sure whether my children would ever be interested to join the company. So I was compelled to always rely on professionals, rely on other people to get this company going. But today I'm actually quite proud to say that within our group, we have more than 100, probably 105 expats working in Myanmar in our group. And we have approximately 230, maybe a little more, repats, Myanmar people who have studied overseas, lived overseas, are now back in their own country to contribute to the development of the country. So combined between expats and repats, we have more than 300 people in the company, and that's a huge number. And the main factor that has been the attraction for them is empowerment. The the ability for them to really use their talent and do something, the authority that they are given to perform. I always said, I do not second guess my executives. If you start second guessing, you might as well do it yourself, right? So they really feel that empowerment, that the sense of ownership, and that has been one of the reasons we've been able to attract talent. And that has really, really made a difference. Today, I'm fortunate that my sons have decided to join me, probably say something good about the way I conduct things, because otherwise I think they would run and desert me long. And then because of this principle of empowerment, governance, and so forth, I think this also is one of the basic reasons that has led to this joint venture, to this partnership, because I am sure the Ayala Corporation would have trouble deciding to joint venture with a partner that doesn't respect governance, professionalism, values, etc. So this would be how I look at it.